There are games that are subtly empowered by just external forces. One of those forces tends to be nostalgia, but in this video I'm just gonna talk about 2 games that are empowered by other external forces as well, and not only just stick to nostalgia factors. First things first, what even are these 2 games? Apart from sharing similarities, they both share this feeling of being familiar yet new. First, Scary is just like it's a 3D platformer which you can just jump, kick stuff, use powers to traverse in the environment, and yeah, it's Shaxx next door. It's the same, except it's not even open world. However, when did I play this game? So when I was a kid, and like any other kid in South America, I'm sorry for what I'm gonna say, but we used to have a PlayStation 2 unlock that made us, for a lot of people, at least on my circle, buy games on the street markets. Those games were cheaper than the original games, but when you used to go to the mall and you would buy like one original game per year if you were lucky, you will notice that this game had a different aura. They were premium. The DVD was not written with a marker. It was like it had this sticker above it. So it wouldn't really matter if you were playing like GTA San Andreas or the American Chopper game. Yeah, actually there were 2 games, not only one. Yeah, I don't know. But so this game I played it, and yeah, I never finished it as a kid. Even I went back and played now to record the footage, and I didn't really finish it. And I think I read it was like 6 hours long at max, if not less. Is this a bad game? No, not particularly. It's just like it's just not good enough. That's all. That's all. But when I was a kid, man, this game used to be like, wow, it's premium, it's new, like La Lizard. We were in that age in which, like, if you had sparks, you were the cool kid, you were the cool character. If you had like tribal tattoos, man, you were the coolest one. That's why we had the GBA SP back then. Yeah, it was that era of gaming. It's so funny, I miss it sometimes. But yeah, so this game came out. I don't think much people know about it or played it. I barely ever heard about this game online, and I played it myself lately, and yeah, it was fun, but I don't have any reasons to finish it. Nostalgia made me enjoy the parts that I remember from that game, but sadly, since I never finished it as a kid, it didn't really make me enjoy what I didn't do, right? Why am I talking so much about this game now? Well, simply because last year I played this game called Nik the Rico. And this game, apart from being a gift of someone that I used to care, this game made me unlock those memories of me back in the day, playing Scalar on Saturday nights, sitting on the floor, watching at the TV screen while waiting for a barbecue of my parents doing in the garden, and it just made me feel like a kid again playing it. So what is even Nik the Rico? We could argue if everything made in this game was made by AI or not, because the character design is very questionable, but it's just essentially Donkey Kong Country. If you ever played a Donkey Kong game, you'll notice what I'm talking about, but it's just a side-scroller 3D platformer that sometimes turns into a Crash Bandicoot type of level. It's a ton of fun. Like, I held it a very special place in my heart, even though I just finished it like a couple of months ago, and I still think about it, and I still play like a level each time just to repeat it. And also, all this was empowered by the fact that I already played and finished a couple of times, and I 100% one time Crash Bandicoot 4. And man, that game is so insufferable. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But that game is just so hard, to the point that I'm just happy that Nik the Rico release, and it's simple. Yeah, sure, there are times that can get tricky. We can't blame, honestly, the hitboxes, how some jumps feels clunky, or even how, like, if you run, sometimes you feel like you're running on ice instead of just grass. There are things that we can criticize about this game that are not really well made, but sometimes I just don't play games with a critic eye. I just play games to enjoy them. And this was one of those. You have simple jumps, you have a slide, and you have mounts that you can use. If you play on normal, you have a currency to unlock these mounts. If you play in easy, you have these mounts for free every time. You have letters to unlock, keys, currency to unlock collectibles that they are just there just for something to do, but they don't give you anything. And you know what? All that is okay. Sometimes games don't need to have complex mechanics or being hard. They don't need to be even very original to be fun. They just need to have like a charm. And the music does a lot for these games also. The music, like, it's not a music that you will hear on your own playing something else, but it's a music that really puts you in this sci-fi jungle type of aesthetic that I personally love, and I would like to play more games with that aesthetic. So if you go to the comment section below and you list them, I will be very grateful to you. But anyways, Nik the Rico and Scalar, are these two games good in particular? I would say both of them are mediocre at best. We can even argue that Scalar was a better game back then that Nik the Rico is now. However, as I say, I don't care. Like, there are genres that are not so saturated nowadays to the point that if they release a new game, I'm just gonna play it and enjoy it for what it is. I didn't have much expectations about this game. I don't think they need them, and maybe that's why I enjoy them a lot more. I don't think you're gonna find a masterpiece in here in any of these two games, but I think you're gonna have an enjoyable time. So that's why I recommend you to play it. If I'm skipping out talking the stories, because I'm gonna be honest, I just don't care. I watched the two intros of these games. I just don't care. I just want to jump. I just want to jump with my animals and say that I'm not a furry. Even though some people are gonna call me furry anyways, but yeah, I just don't care. So go with free open mind, and keep in mind that you're just gonna play simple games that they might not give you the best experience in platforming games of your life, and they will not take you too long to complete. As far as I'm concerned, Scalar takes maybe 5 hours if I'm not mistaken. I will put the footage over there to correct me if I'm wrong. And Nik the Rico, it took me like 8 hours because I tried to do everything. And both of them are just very fun. I encourage you to try them, and I would like to do more videos about this topic in particular, on how there are games that are just empowered by external forces in my case, and maybe other people will feel reflected with other games in particular, and I might try them even. Because gaming has this funny thing in which even if you don't play a game, you can feel nostalgic for it. Hey, it's me from the future editing this video again. I just sidetracked a lot. What I wanted to explain in this part is, like, have you ever felt nostalgic for a game that you never played? Like, let's say if you're trying games or watching lists of video games on YouTube about GameCube or Dreamcast, and there are consoles that you never had in your life. That was my case, for example. Like, I never had a Dreamcast, but I always feel so nostalgic for playing games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2, even though my only nostalgia maybe come from watching YouTube videos. I'm just rambling again, but yes, just games that you never played them, but maybe it's just the aesthetic or there's something that evokes on you that you would think that you would play it if you had it back then. That's all I wanted to say, because I just sidetracked a lot. I don't know, I had to record this again because I noticed that I just didn't explain this point and I was like, huh? Anyways, back to the video. So, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. And if you have more games that you think they are mediocre at best and maybe they won't give you anything if you play them now, let me know. But if you have nostalgia for them, or you think that you had a lot of fun for any other reasons, just let me know in the comment section below, and subscribe if you want more videos like this. And that's all. Bye bye.